The views and opinions expressed by guests on God, Guns, and Sawdust are those of the individuals and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of the show, its hosts, or TKP Media LLC. Any content provided by our guests is of their opinion and is not intended to malign any religion, ethnic group, club, organization, company, or individual.
Born in the pines where the axes sing loud, generations deep, we're a proud, tough crowd. Hands on the Bible, the timber, the steel, faith in the Lord, the life that we feel. God, guns, and sawdust, it's in our veins. Through the sweat and the toil, through the joy and the pain, we stand on the roots of the trees we felled, faith in the maker, stories to tell.
Hey y'all, welcome back to God, Guns, and Sawdust. Man, I've got some special guests here tonight. We got Ryan White to my left. He's the Owen County Sheriff. And we got Daniel Rhienhart there on the end. He's the Owen County Sheriff's Department School Resource Officer. And same way with Ryan Bonebrake.
Bonebrake, yes.
That's an awesome last name. But hey, y'all, before we get started on the podcast, I've asked Daniel if he didn't mind to lead our minds in prayer. So let's go to God in prayer this time.
Pray with me. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, we just thank you so much for this time and this opportunity and this day that you've given us, Lord. And we pray that you continue to be with us and allow us to use our servant hearts to do our jobs and to spread the word, dear Lord. And we just pray that you allow us to protect our communities and continue to serve in whatever manner and walk of life we come from. Lord, be with us as we go through this time of fellowship and forgive us where we err. And it's in your Son's holy name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Dan.
You're welcome.
Well, I want to start off by saying thank you, each and every one of you, for your guys' service. I really appreciate you all. These guys all work in the county that I live in, so I really do appreciate each and every one of you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
It's our honor.
Well, Daniel, why don't you go ahead and kick us off and tell us a little bit about yourself, buddy?
All right. I'm kind of a unique duck, and I said that a few minutes ago. These two gentlemen that are here with me, they got to speak for themselves, but I've kind of jumped around in my career a little bit. This is year 26 for me. I started in 2000, dabbling in the EMS and fire world. In 2000, I started part-time with Owen County EMS. 2001, I went to Putnam County for a year, worked with Operation Life until I came back south here. The opportunity to work here in my own county for a full-time EMS job. About 2005, I was still at the EMS and got the opportunity to get on the reserves with the sheriff's office, and I started doing that and dabbling in that and really liked it. Had the opportunity in November of 07, and I'm thinking about recalling these dates, right? And I'm getting old, so November of 07, I took a full-time road position with the sheriff's office. Attended the academy up at Plainfield. 15 weeks of total fun, right?
Wow.
Did that work the road, come back, work the road for 2 years. Then I had an opportunity to go back to the EMS and get my paramedic. So only certified as a basic EMT prior to that, and an advanced EMT. The state has different levels of certifications.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, come back, got my paramedic, spent the next 8 years or so working at the EMS here locally. And even probably the last 5 years of that, I would say, I don't know the exact time, I was on the supervisor truck. So I was running the chase truck for the county. Had several guys that were working with me on a rotating schedule. Stayed in the law enforcement while I was back at the EMS as a reserve. And in 16, the school, I kind of walked into the world of being in the school resource stuff, had an opportunity to do that part-time.
Yeah.
In 2016. So I was back at the sheriff's office as a reserve, working part-time in the schools, and went, like working with the kids. Enjoyed it. So in 2018, the county and the school got together and created a full-time position for school resource officer. Prior to that, it was a lot of gentlemen that had taken the NASRO course, which is the school association or the National Association of School Resource Officers. that was just kind of filling that in when they could in their off time, kind of like I did for those 2 years.
Sure.
So I applied for that, interviewed for it, and I got that position. That's where I've been ever since. A year into that, I think we kind of started begging for another guy because we cover 6 buildings and 5 different campuses, if you will, and that's a lot for one guy. It's still a lot currently for there's 3 of us that are working in the schools now. So
Yeah.
I kind of kid around and I say it's actually 2.5. So you got Bonebrake here, and then I've got another guy, phenomenal dude. But he's our DARE officer, and he teaches the law enforcement pathway class. So when I say 2.5, it's because he's so busy doing other things that he's not in the normal rotation with us. But he does still respond to calls when he can, and does the same stuff. So anyway, in November of 23, if I'm right, Sheriff, you may have to help me with this. I got the opportunity to have a canine.
Sheriff came I remember you sharing that with me at church too. Yeah.
That has been an experience. Absolutely love my dog. His name's Hank.
Oh, that's cool.
And we call him Hank the Tank. And he is, you wouldn't believe it, because most police dogs that are out there that run the streets are your shepherds, your Malinois, your Dutch shepherds, those kinds of dogs. Well, Hank's a German wired hair pointer.
Really?
Yeah. He's a gun dog, right?
He's
a gun dog. But he is absolutely phenomenal at narcotics. He's phenomenal at trailing. But he wouldn't bite you if you bit him.
And he has a beard.
And that's cool.
And a mustache.
And a mustache.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he's really, really cool. The good part about Hank is because having a dog in the school and still being able to go out and take calls, it's huge. And for a hot minute, I had a really good dog previous to that for a couple months. His name was Ego. He was a Dutch Shepherd, but it got really evident really quick that Z was going to end up like he was protecting me all or nothing.
I got you.
So he didn't really work for the school, but when we switched up and got old Hank the Tank, he's perfect for the school. He's perfect for the road.
So the dog hangs out with you at school every day?
He does.
Right beside you.
So he's not right beside me all the time. I try to get him into the buildings at least once a day.
Yep.
Sometimes that's not possible with calls and stuff, and depending on what we're doing, because Hank's Hank, right?
Yeah,
so
sure.
I should have brought him. That would have been really
cool.
Really cool. Hey, looky there.
There he is.
That's my boy. And that guy on the right's Bill Brown. That's our other SRO. Yeah. But Hank is anything small or soft, he wants it. And,
that's cool.
And I feel like I'm going off on a tangent. I was supposed to be talking about myself, but Hank, our canines.
Dogs are more important.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. Everybody likes the dog.
Our working canines.
The first thing they ask, "Where's Hank?"
Where's Hank? Our working canines, they won't work without getting paid. And you'll see officers paying dogs when they're doing their jobs with tugs and stuff. That's not Hank. I run Hank on a traffic stop, and I pull out a stuffed animal.
Oh, wow.
Because that's what he wants. He's a gun dog. He wants that bird in his mouth.
Right.
He wants. So that's what I pay him with. So the same goes for any kid that has a stuffed animal, or my couch cushions at home, or the sheriff's socks. Like it's a thing. So he's with me a lot in the schools. I'm kind of circling back to that. He's with me a lot in the schools. But when we're doing things like talking to kiddos, other than he's come in talking to kiddos as far as to kind of help them through a process or a moment. But when we're investigating stuff, he's put up, and I don't let him, he's not with me in the schools 24/7 because he's also susceptible to being called out and having to work too. So I have to kind of balance that time. So anyway, that's been a great 2 years. I'm on my 3rd year of that, and Hank has helped to keep me afloat. Like he's a really cool dog. So
that's awesome.
That's me in a nutshell. I've got 4 kids, 4 dogs, a beautiful wife at home. You're welcome, honey. And so I'm sure she's going to watch this, right?
Oh yeah.
So that's a little bit about me. I can tell you more about the school stuff after I let Bonebrake talk about him here for a minute.
Go ahead there, Bonebrake.
I don't think I'm going to talk that long about myself, but maybe. I don't know. I started my law enforcement career in 2002. I started as a reserve at the Spencer Police Department. In 2004, I became full-time. And then worked with Spencer till about 2023. 8 of those years, I was a canine handler myself.
Wow.
I had a lab. He's an excellent dog. Love that dog. In 2023, got talking to Opie. I'm going to call him Opie because I can't
what
call him.
everybody
calls
I
you
can't call him Daniel.
Yeah.
Right.
I just weird. But anyway, got to talk to Opie, and he was talking about, maybe thinking about being a school resource officer. And I said, I've been in law enforcement so long. I was like, that might be a good challenge for me. I don't know. That sounds kind of neat. So in 2023, I got hired at the sheriff's office and started working in schools, and I love it. I love being with the kids and talking with all the teachers and stuff, and it's been great. Let's see, my wife and I moved in here in 1999. I got 3 older boys. 2 of the older boys work in construction. My youngest, he is a Indiana State Trooper.
Oh, wow. That's
He
awesome.
loves it. He loves it. And I have 3 grandkids. So that's me.
That's awesome, man. I know a lot of state troopers. A lot of them retired now, but
Yeah.
the Smith guys, Brian Smith
Mhm.
and all them guys, I've known them guys since I was in my 20s. I mean, Cody Brown, he's down there around
Hello, Cody.
Bloomington. I like Cody.
Yeah.
See, Cody's a logger too.
Is it?
Oh, he just bought him a timberjack a couple of years ago and everything. And I'm matter of fact, Brian Smith hooked me up talking to Cody. So Cody Brown and we go back at least 5 years ago. I've been to one of his sites last year and cut some trees with him, and he wants me to come down and log with him. I just don't have time, doing podcasts and stuff. But but I mean, I just sit a resource officer. That's really neat. So you love being with the kids, you say, and everything, right?
yeah.
You just got to be a
Yep.
really good environment.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's awesome. What do you think,
Well,
Mr. White?
I'm Ryan White. I'm the sheriff of Owen County. My career started, I guess, really kind of started a long time ago. I was 8 years old. My best friend's father was an Indiana State Trooper, and I looked up to him so much. His name is Mike, and I always joke because I always say I want to be like Mike,
Yeah.
and I really did, because I wanted to be a trooper just like him. He's a phenomenal man, and I wanted to be like him in every aspect. So when I graduated high school, I went and played basketball in college for a little bit. Then I went to the Air Force, and I played there for 3 more. And I was a military police officer in the Air Force. So that was my first taste of law enforcement in the Air Force. After I left the Air Force, I went into the Indiana State Police, and I served 21 years as a trooper. I wore several hats during that time, from motorcycle officer, was in the detective section for a short time. I taught active shooter throughout the entire state of Indiana for 4 years, including schools, which was the main focus of that program, was to unarmed response to an active shooter event. So I would go and I would teach school staff how to survive an active shooter event, and that ended up going into churches and businesses. It really occupied all of my time for 4 years.
Did.
But I really enjoyed it. Got to meet a lot of people throughout the state, and I really enjoyed that aspect. In I guess it was probably 2021, for whatever reason, I decided I was going to run for sheriff, and never had any ambitions to run for sheriff. My whole intention was to do 25 years with the state police, retire, get away from law enforcement forever, and grow a great big beard and
Hey.
and that be it. But I thought there were some things I could do that would help the department, different eyes, fresh eyes, and bring some different things. And so I decided to run. I got elected and took office in 2023, and I've loved it. I really do. I absolutely love it. I love the team that I have. It's there's been some challenges along the way, but I think the team that we have currently is, we see a lot of things eye to eye, and we just tackle problems and we fix it. And I think we've made the department better as a group. It's not just my decisions. I'm not one that am like a dictator type of person.
Yes, sir.
I want people to engage, tell me what they think. If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. I'm good with that. And And so for the last 3.5 years, I've been sheriff, and I have a wonderful team. Love the people I work with. This is all I've done as law enforcement since I went in the military in 1997.
It's really good to have somebody like you as sheriff that's got the background as you do. I mean, like if we had a school shooting or something, you know, like anything like that. I mean, you've already got the training and your whole crew's been ready to go. I mean, that's what you just said you specialized in.
Right.
I mean, that's a big thing. It's one thing to be known in the community, but I mean, as to actually be able to serve and protect as a sheriff, you know what I mean?
Sure.
That's amazing to me.
Yeah,
I mean-
I've wore a lot of hats, like I
Yeah.
said, in the state police and in the military,
Mhm.
I really have done. I don't know that there's anything I haven't done in law enforcement. I really don't know if there's anything I have not done.
That's cool.
So I've always got my hands dirty a little bit, and little of this, little of that, and I think it helps to bring that to the sheriff's office. You know, when I'm asking my guys to do something, they know that I'm not asking them to do something that I haven't done or that I won't do. I mean, I still go out and work crashes. I still, you know, if there's an opening in a shift, I'll still go work the road and take a shift. Transport inmates for the jail once in a while when they need
Mhm.
help, so they're not strapped. And I'm not afraid to jump in there and
Get
help
your
out.
hands dirty.
Yeah.
That's the same way with logging. You know, I always do tell my guys, hey man, I wouldn't tell you to do something I wouldn't do. And you're right there working right side by side. I mean,
Yeah.
they understand that. Whoa, hey, look, man, he's out here helping me, dude. He ain't telling me go out here and do it. He's over there
Yeah.
sitting down having a drink. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? He's over there helping me.
I
So-
think it goes a long way. I think
It does.
you garnish more respect from
Oh,
your
it
guys
does. Yes, sir.
when you know that you'll jump in and direct traffic.
Yes, sir.
You know, at a major crash while they're working a scene, or I'll take the report. I don't care to take the report. I had one of our guys the other day. I got called. I left the gym early in the morning. Had my son with me and everything, and it was a bad crash. And so we get up there, just me and my son, and it end up another crash had occurred. Well, one of my guys shows up on scenes like, hey, do you want me to stay here? I was like, no, just go work the other crash. I've got this one. He's like, well, if you just get the information, I'll do the report later. I was like, I got it all. So I get a text from him later on. He's like, hey, thanks. It's nice having a boss that'll actually take a report once in a while.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
cool.
That's good.
That is, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I agree. Even with the EMS, and I guess Bonebrake can attest to it. I would hope anyway. I don't ever ask any of these in the EMS world. I never asked anybody to do something that I wasn't going to do myself.
Right.
In the same way, in the school world, I feel like we've got an open line of communication, and they know that if I'm going to ask them to do something, I'm either going to do it as well or whatever. So
All about
I think it's
communication.
important. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like when Opie and I have been in law enforcement. We all three been in law enforcement a long time,
Mhm.
and we're still going to have questions. I mean, I'm not going to be too
Sure.
proud to ask a question about something, especially juvenile, because juvenile law is
Oh,
completely
man.
different
Completely
from
different.
everything.
I cannot imagine.
So, you know, I'm always on the, if Opie's not with me or if it's in another school, I'm always calling him and say, hey, you know, I got this, and kind of wondering, if what do I do here if this is all right? And the same thing with him. And with Bill, he's been forever. as a
Bill.
Yeah,
officer.
Bill's
Bill.
30 some years
Yeah.
conservation, and
So-
then came to us. Like,
Yeah.
and Bill's. I know Bill's not here to
I wish-
defend himself,
yeah,
but
Bill.
the man could talk to a rock and make it smile.
That's
He's
true.
I ain't
just,
no
That is
kidding.
true.
he's
That
just
is true.
that guy.
Really
he
nice
can,
guy.
he
That's
can
true.
communicate with anything or anybody, and
Yep.
he's a good asset to
Really
have
nice
too.
guy.
So.
He's a good man.
Yes.
Guys, I want to bring awareness to Freebird Coffee, man. These guys send us coffee to our podcast. This stuff is amazing. It will wake you up and get you going, let me tell you.
I haven't even tried it yet. I've been too busy talking.
Oh,
It's
man.
fantastic.
Is it
It's
good?
Yeah, it's
amazing.
good.
Is it good?
I'm a snob, and it's good. It's
My wife is a coffee snob. She goes, you know what? That Freebird stuff, maybe we need to get some of that for home. I'm like, there you go, babe. That's right. That stuff's good. Yeah, she's a Dunkin' Donuts kind of lady.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get the Dunkin' coffee, man. Make some real. That thing walks off the table when I get done.
Well, you want to talk a little bit about school resource and what that looks like?
let's do that. I know a lot of people a lot of things have changed in 5 years, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, and it's ever changing. The dynamics and what kids are getting into, and this electronic world is a hot mess for us. We deal. What would you say, Bonebrake? 90% of our stuff that we're actually working ties right back into
Ties back
to
into-
social media
Yep.
and those kinds of things that these
Yep.
kids are involved in. But so what the model looks like for what we do is set up in kind of a triangle, a triad, if you will. So we're obviously there for security and safety. Yep. So we're law enforcement officers. And we're unique too, as far as we are tied to the sheriff's department. So when Bonebrake and I aren't at the school's out or fall break, or even with Hank sometimes, and we may get pulled from the school. That's pretty rare, but when the school's not in, we go right to the road. We're still
Yeah.
working the road just like
That's cool.
our road
Yep.
deputies are working. Now we're not doing it 24/7 like they are, but we are expected to fill those voids in the summer and those kinds of things. So we're still law enforcement inside and outside the school.
Mm-hmm.
But a really big piece to what we do is teaching and mentorship. You want to change a community of kids, get to know them, mentor them from a young age, and then when they're in middle school and high school, they're going to grow up and trust you and be comfortable in coming to you. You're creating a safer community.
Oh, definitely.
So,
I totally agree.
And it would be silly for me to sit here and think, every kid's going to attach to me. Not true,
No.
right? There are kids that haven't attached to me that'll attach to Bonebrake, and there's kids that'll haven't attached to us, attached to that Bill Brown guy because he can talk to a rock, you know.
Yeah.
That's what we want. I really, really wish our community would go, we got to figure this out, and we want to do it in every building because you want to change it. It starts with the education and the mentoring, and then your community, they're comfortable in coming to you. They're comfortable in talking to you, and it helps make it safer. But so that's what we do. I think there's kind of a misconception too, a little bit. And I'm just going to say this, not to go ooh is us, but that we go to school and we just hang out with kids. That's not true. Part of that's true for sure, right? From January 1 of this year to today, because I had our school safety guy want numbers from us because he does it because we're funded by a grant. Bonebrake and I are. Well, Bill is technically kind of too. But anyway, we've pulled 686 calls for service.
Oh, my word.
Now, I can't, that has to be broke down, right?
Sure.
So, because I want people and sheriff and chief and everybody to be able to go look and see what we're doing. So even if we're out at a building, just extra patrol, it's a log, right? When we do our traffic details, it's a log. So a bigger chunk of that 686 is going to be us just being there. We're taking calls for service too that are fights and threats and intimidations and concerns at home or whatever it is. We're actually taking calls. So that's kind of what we look at, and everybody that work well, at least here. And I don't know, Sheriff, maybe you can speak to it if it's as far as we're concerned, because of how we are funded, we have to be certified with NASRO.
It's actually state law. If you're going to be a school resource officer, you must attend an SRO school.
Yeah, so we are certified there, and then I believe Sheriff is a school safety specialist, which is kind of goes above and beyond that, and I am as well. Bonebrake's working on his, so Bill's got his as well. But yeah, it's really just a bigger piece is what we do as far as just being there for security and law enforcement. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's.
I think it's really
bigger than
sad
that.
that it's came down to that in schools. You know, it's really sad that that's got to be part of our law enforcement now. That you know,
I wouldn't disagree. I wouldn't have thought when I was going through school it would ever be a thing.
And there's still some people that they see us there, like if we're outside greeting the kids in the morning.
Sure.
There's some parents that still don't understand. There's like they call the school and go, what's the police officer doing there? Something going on, you know? And
that's the first thing people think of. Oh my goodness, what's going on here? Why are they why are they just standing by my
why
kids
are they
while they're
standing at the
walking
front
in
door
there?
when my kids are
giving high fives,
giving
hanging
high
out
fives,
with
saying
kids.
hi to them, you know?
We didn't have. I mean, there was years we didn't have SRO program. I think in 2014 I took NASRO. I think it's 2014, and at that time my kid had just entered into the school system, and for my oldest child, and it was weird for me. I mean, and maybe I'm clingy, I don't know, but letting my kid go to school, it kind of freaked me out,
Sure.
kind of scared me. And we see a lot the stuff we see
Yeah.
in law enforcement all the time. You know, we see the bad things. So
Hmm.
that's the stuff that rolls through our head. And I was like,
Yeah.
man, I'm letting this little 100-pound teacher protect my child. And
Yeah.
it's like, I need to get involved. So that's what got me involved in the schools a long, long time ago, before we ever had the SRO program in the schools. And I was part of the safety team and took school safety specialist, advanced school safety specialist, and ASRO. And then I was helping with the school system here and other schools, establish some policy and stuff dealing with law enforcement. But yeah, it was weird because it's hard to let go of your child, especially your first child, and sending them off to school. And then when we got the program here, it was a lot more comforting because I knew there was going to be officers there all the time, and it really, really eased my mind, especially.
Sure.
Yeah. So not to give all our secrets away, but we try our very best to make sure that we've got one guy, high school, middle school, 24/7,
Hmm.
and the other guy is satelliting the elementaries.
Sure.
So, and it's on a schedule where we kind of shake up the bag and mix it up, because I don't having two guys, I don't want somebody to key on, well, they're going to be here, so we're going to go here, kind of deal. But I would like to have another couple guys.
Sure. I can see why. There's a lot of kids.
Yeah, there's
A lot of kids. There's a lot of sides of the buildings. You know?
yeah. So
I mean,
And if one of us takes the day off or is out sick or something,
Sure.
you got one guy that has to patrol all the schools. So
Yeah.
it would definitely help. Yes.
have you guys noticed any, like, has the crime went up since in the last in the last year? You think it's went down, or you think it's went up since?
are you specific to schools, or are you
No, just crime in general,
Mm.
like in our community.
I don't really think that there's been an uptrend or a downtrend. I think
Normal.
pretty much is a constant.
Yep.
I mean, you're always going to have it. You can never get rid of it.
Right.
When you get rid of it in one area, you just open it up in another. And I think that's just the culture we're in. I don't think that's ever going to change. But I've not seen really an uptick. I mean, you might have a certain crime that's got an uptick here, but you'll see others drop off.
Yep.
I think that's just been standard.
That's good to know.
Now, I will say we had our what's that meeting we do every year, Bonebrake, with
Safety commission or
yes,
something.
the school
Yeah,
safety
yeah,
commission
yeah.
meeting. We had that with Mr. LaGrange and several other people not too long ago, and they always kind of want to look at numbers and those kinds of things too. And our numbers, anyway, as far as us actually pulling criminal case reports from the last couple of years, they're down.
That's good.
So, and that I'm not saying that to say that was us, because it takes a village, right?
Sure.
Cultures in buildings is important, and our administration have done a really, really good job, and our teachers are doing a good job, and we're trying to help out wherever we can and be that resource for them too. So like the Sheriff said, it may just be an ebb and flow, but I would like to think that the positive things that we are doing is part of that. So,
Well, we started the DARE program 2 years ago, so this is this is the second full year of the DARE program.
Mhm.
And that was one of the things when I first ran. I said I wanted to have a DARE program because when I was in high school, we had a DARE program in Spencer schools, and I was a DARE role model. The sheriff's department come and got me and take me to the elementaries to talk to the kids because I was an athlete, so the kids knew who I was from sports. And then that was it. It literally ended then. And so we hadn't had it for 30 years. And I said, well, that's when I want to start back. I was like, because if we want to reduce crime in a community, you've got to get to the kids, get the kids down the right path. If the kids are down the right path, then they're not going to go,
Right.
they're not going to go down that criminal alley that they're going to go down. And we can change the culture of a community by getting the kids down the right path. And the SROs and the DARE program is a great way to mentor those kids and get them started on the right foot so that we don't have those problems in the future. It's not going to happen overnight. The problems didn't occur overnight. You're not going to fix it overnight either. But over a period of time, I think what we'll see if we continue doing what we're doing in the schools, you're going to see a community that is getting less crime ridden. And that's the goal. Get the kids down the right path, mentor them, show them what good men, good people are. And you don't have to go down that path just because your parents did.
Right.
I agree.
That's a good thing that you guys are here to do this for these kids. I mean, I want really people to focus on this. You know, some parents don't tell their kids anything. So now they're coming to school and our officers have to teach them some stuff and they're willing to do it. These two guys sitting right here. I mean, how much more family, I mean, oriented do you want it to be at school? You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is amazing. This is what these kids need.
Well, this may be the, I mean, in many aspects, these may be the only positive
ones.
influences that those kids will have in their life at all, you know, and the teachers, of course. I'm not taking anything away from the school staff, but because they're not getting it at home.
No.
But when they come to school and they see Opie or they see Ryan or they see Bill, that may be the only positive influence they have.
Being a
and they are
content,
great for those positions.
being a content creator, there's a lot of them that reach out, man. Hey, would you listen to me for about 5 minutes, man? Everybody else is so busy. Do you mind if I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Sure, buddy. Go ahead. Shoot. Man, I see questions like that. Why wouldn't I answer them?
Mm-hmm.
No way, dude. It's that bad. A lot of mom and dads nowadays are so tied up at work because it takes two people to work right now. Everything's so jacked up. So everybody's running back and forth to work. Then when they get home, well, they want their phone time too. But mom, dad, you'll never believe what I did at school. Or they're going to school. You know what I mean?
Right.
But then at their home, they really want to talk about something. Just go in there in your room, man. I got to go to bed.
Yeah.
You understand? I got to be up at 5 o'clock in the morning. So then what he really wanted to talk to you about, he couldn't talk to you about. You know what I mean? And we've gotten so busy. I've caught myself doing it a few times. Whoa, hey, come back here, man. Let's talk about this. Didn't know you were so upset.
Yeah.
But we
tough.
care. You get what I'm saying? Unfortunately, there's a lot of mom and dads out there today that just do not care. And the kid has no choice. We make it for them. That's what people don't really, well, they don't have no choice. They have the choice that you give them. They don't know where they're going. We
Supposed to guide them.
Right. If there ain't nobody to push them and show them and tell them where to go, that's where these guys right here are saying that they're doing every day.
Every day.
That's amazing to me.
And it's helped me too, because like, you know, I was on the road, you know, for all those years, you know, and then I'm going to do a school, you know, dealing with kids all the time, you know, and when you get this kind of, I don't want to say attitude when you're working the road, but like when you get the kids, you know, and it's helped me come out of the shell myself.
Sure.
And, you know, and what Opie and Bill did, they do videos and stuff. And I was like, no,
yeah.
they dress up. And so I said, there's no way you're going to me dress up like that. And I ain't doing no videos like that. And, you know, I end up doing videos.
Yeah.
So listen,
Bonebreakers doing videos.
listen, we've done a handful of videos for kids. We did a Halloween mischief one. We did a Christmas one. We did a hope video that was really, really good for some kids in the summer to kind of, and that was Bill's mastermind. That's one of the best videos we've ever done.
That was good.
That's cool.
We actually did one with Hank this year, and the song was "Who Let the Dogs Out," and I had him coming to me and going out of the building on command. It was really cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
We have a YouTube page.
Yeah, I was trying to see if I could find it. I don't know. Is it public or do you have to have the link?
No,
He said no.
I'm pretty sure it's public, but I set that up, and I'm not the most techie guy. But if you look at maybe search Halloween Mischief or Hope Video, I can look. Hold on, you guys keep talking. I'll look, and I can tell them exactly because it's got a title to it, obviously.
So, and we are going to get on another subject about loggers. Whenever we're out in the woods and we're working and something bad happens, like a tree gets on you or anything. I know both of these guys have been to one of them sites right here local where it's happened. And I'm telling you what, that's being a logger, being out there. I know if something ever happened in my county, I know who's coming.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's the best thing. You know what I'm saying? Having that security, and, you know, Daniel, you said you went through school and everything, and so did you, on how to, you know, magically get someone out of the woods. So.
Yeah. I've been on a couple logging incidents in my career. The sheriff said that he'd been to one or two too. I don't know. I'm not trying to back up completely. But that's the way my brain works.
Go for it.
You know, a lot of people in their lifetime will see 1 to 2 traumatic events. And this isn't to
Yeah.
toot my horn either, but us guys that have made a career out of public service, hundreds, right? So I say that to say this: we go back to this education piece and try to get kids educated. There's classes that Bonebrake and I give every year, and then I've actually been fortunate enough to jump in with some of our conservation officers and do the medical side of that training. And I've pulled in on the desk there, that not desk, that's table, but pulled in tourniquets and
Mhm.
bleeding control for that because I've used them. I see the value in it. Our road guys are carrying them. I carry them on me. I've got 2 in the car and I carry 1 on my belt. I used to have 1 in my pocket, but I think Hank ate it.
Wouldn't doubt it.
I don't know what happened to that one, but things like tourniquets.
There
Can I-
they are right there.
There you go. Yeah. So, and like I tell the kids when we're talking about medical packs, and your hunter isn't going to take a huge medical kit out in the woods with you. They're not
No.
going to do it. They're going to look at you and go, "Ha, not doing that. I already carry enough stuff." But this is called an IFAC kit, and that's what he was showing up there. Your loggers can carry these.
We could carry them.
These snap to you, right to the belt, right to your leg.
Hmm.
Or you can just put a tourniquet in your pocket when you're going out in the woods.
Mhm.
These kits have the tourniquet. They have scissors, gloves, chest seal,
Really?
clotting gauze, so you can pack wounds and stuff. You can save a life with
Yes, sir.
this.
Yes,
with
sir.
this, and that tourniquet in there is worth its weight in gold. And
$80 and you can get one of those that has everything he just mentioned.
yeah, it's just great. I would sit down with anybody and talk to them about tourniquets, because I've seen them work. And Sheriff, I guess, can talk about this a little bit, but because I'm sure he's aware, all of our trauma stuff that we do in the civilian world, you know where it comes from?
Mm-mm.
Comes from our military.
Really?
So for our traumatic bleeds and all that stuff. So for a while, when I first started in the EMS world, tourniquets were there, and they went away because they weren't like, oh, you leave that tourniquet on there, you're going to lose your limb if you leave
Right.
it on there too long. Well, the military quickly said, what's worse, right? You want to lose your arm, or you want to
Die.
bleed out? So tourniquets came back, and they've pretty much been the lifeline for those severe leg and arm injuries for a long time now.
The military's discovered that you can actually have a tourniquet on for 8 to 10 hours and still save the limb.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So the old
I had no
thing,
clue.
well, you can't have it on very long or you're going to lose that limb. Well, that's not true. We've found because the time it takes to evacuate a soldier from a battlefield and then get them to somewhere where they can go immediately into surgery, it's not a quick exodus.
No.
So they've found that they can still save those limbs long after they've put that on. You get past the 8 to 10 hour mark, and you're probably
Pushing.
a good chance of losing that limb. But they've been able to save them for up to 8 hours. And
Yeah.
Wow.
And again, what's the alternative?
right, you
Yeah,
want to
exactly.
lose
You're
a
gonna
limb or
die
lose your life.
within hours, probably.
Yeah, and
Depending on how
sometimes
bad
quicker.
you're cut. Yep.
Sometimes quicker. So, I'm not here to push a brand or anything like that. There are several on the market, and I can give you guys information on the ones that I would prefer, because I've used them. Ones are more used. Like for us too, self application is huge, right? If I'm
Oh, sure.
somewhere by myself, I need to be able to use it on me just as much as
Mhm.
I need to put one on Bonebrake. So, and there's one out there that I like better than others, but
How would we go about, like, if I was going to tell loggers about this, how would we go about getting a lesson on how to use them?
you just get a hold of me and we'll do what you need to do.
There you go. That's cool.
So I say that because, or there's other guys in our community too that would probably want to jump in there and help.
Hmm.
Couple
I'd
that
like to
come
get
to
it-
mind.
I'd like to get several loggers together and do this because, man, I'm telling you, a lot of us old rednecks, man, we really don't know nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? Nope, we don't go to school for that. So
Yeah, but I mean, you think about the things that you guys deal with and
I know.
the equipment you use. I mean, you catch a chain in the leg.
Yep.
I mean,
I
it
mean,
would-
we have. Don't
Yeah.
get me wrong. We have medical kits, but Nothing with a tourniquet in
And you're
there or
not toting that
anything.
big old medical kit from your truck out to the woods
No,
either, because
that's perfect.
it's too much.
Yeah.
The same thing a hunter would look at you and go, I've got my own gear. I can't. But
Right.
this,
Why not?
yeah, there's not much real estate there.
Mm-mm.
So I don't know. I guess that's my quick 30-second.
That's a really good
dissertation.
one. That's a really good one.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And cheap.
Yeah.
And it's
It's
cheap.
not bad. So, John, I sent
Hey,
you.
I think I found that.
Oh, yep, that's it.
So yeah, we
The let's see. The Hope video is a really good one.
Yeah, the hope. Yeah.
I don't know if you wanted to. Can you play that on a podcast? I don't know much
Oh,
about
yeah.
podcast. And then the one with Hank, the last one we did is really good.
can play part of it. Probably won't play the whole 9 minutes.
Morning, friends. Opie here. Hey, it's been a while since we've done a video for you, so we want to put another one together for you before the end of the school year and for the summertime. It's going to be a little bit different than normal. I want to talk to you a little bit about when you're out of school and being able to make contact with us when you may need some help. I want to start out with a little bit of a story, something that you may not know about me, and if you do, then you've heard it. You heard it already. So, I was born in Denver, Colorado, a little suburb called Broomfield, Colorado, and I moved here when I was 5. I grew up with my grandfather always by my side. I lived with my parents. Both of them were epileptics. My dad was a severe epileptic. 1995, I was actually in this middle school, in this building. I was a student here, and my dad had a seizure at home, ultimately passed away. It's a rough time for me as a kid. I had a lot of struggles, had a lot of things going on. Why do I tell you that story in this video? I tell you that because as you're getting ready to go out and be away in the summer, you may have that moment where you're depressed or you're down. I tell you that we all, even as adults, we struggle. There are things that we fight with and things we have to learn to cope with each and every day. Depression is a thing. I will tell you, you cannot do that alone. Nobody does it alone. I didn't do it as a young man alone. I didn't get through that struggle alone. I don't get through my struggles as an adult alone. So as you go out this summer and you're not in school and you're not hanging out with your friends as much as you used to because of the summertime, or you get put in a situation where you can relate to a story like I just told you and you need somebody to talk to, we are here for you. If it's not me, maybe it's Deputy Bill Brown, Deputy Ryan Bonebrake, or it's somebody. Please just reach out to us. We love you, we care about you, we want to be successful, and we just want you to understand that everybody has struggles, and you need people in your life to get you through those struggles. In life, you should always know your purpose or know your why, right? So what we do, while it's important in life, you need to always remember why you do it. For me, example, with the story I told you that you may or may not relate to with my father, I was there in that moment when he passed away. That led me to a path, I believe, of public service. For many, many years in EMS, followed in law enforcement, it's public service. I do that because of that incident, right? So I know what I'm doing. I know law enforcement, I know EMS, but why I do it is the bigger picture. And it doesn't mean that I'm not going to have those struggles, because even as an adult, I struggle. There are people that I need, that I reach out to. Those things, as they call them, skeletons in your closet, they're never going to go away, but you have to cope with it. You have to know your purpose and what your purpose is in life, and my purpose is to help others, to be a part of that bigger picture, to be a part of something that I know is bigger than myself, and I do that with others.
We're here to talk to you about your summer and the way that it's going to get started this year. And we want to make sure that you realize that we think about you guys all the time. How much we care about you is very important. I want to tell you a couple stories. The first story, both of these stories, happen to deal with my mom, my dear mother. And she's been an influence in my life the whole time. So when I was young, about your age, I actually was throwing away a lot of the items that I had won, little trophies and little ribbons and some newspaper articles and things like that. I was throwing them into the trash bag. And my mother came and she looked at me, she said, "What are you doing?" I said, "There's nobody cares. Nobody cares about me." And she put her arm around me for a minute. I was feeling awfully low. She put her arm around me and she said, "I wish you could see yourself through other people's eyes." And I said, "What does that mean?" That, her response stayed with me forever. And she said, "You don't understand how much I see in you as far as a person who can find success, who is really a good person, who is somebody who can achieve all the things that you want and desire. And my hope for you is that you actually see yourself through my eyes. Because what I see when I see you is somebody far greater than you most likely see in yourself. I think you all are awesome." All right, I have a second story that also involves my mother. So I was a goofy kid when I was in college, and I would come home on the weekends usually with a whole bunch of laundry for my mother to do. And I would just game around because I always enjoyed the way that she would respond to me. And I started doing this. I'd say, "What is the meaning of life?" So I would ask her all the time, and I would get different thoughts about what the meaning of life was that she would give me. But it was that Christmas, after I was asking this all year long, she ended up getting me an extra gift. And that extra gift was a book. And the book was wrapped up in wrapping paper. And I was like, "A book? You know, I mean, that's something she never gave me." But I opened it up, and the name of the book was "What is the Meaning of Life?" And I was like, wow, she thought this much of me. So I began to read this book, and this book wasn't a book of paragraphs. This book was actually famous people. Tom Cruise, Brad Pitt, what they thought the meaning of life was. And the book went on and on about people that would tell me what the meaning of life was in their perspective. And I came across one that has stuck with me. I don't remember anybody else's, but I remember one, and it was from an archbishop. That archbishop said, "The meaning of life is finding the ability to cope." And I sat and pondered on that, and I thought, you know, even an archbishop, all of us, we have hurts, we have pain. You will too. But finding the ability to cope is what the secret to life is. Me, I find the ability to cope in like fishing and hobbies that I really enjoy, and spending time with people that I really enjoy spending time with. But that is coping with things that have hurt my heart. You need to find the ability to cope, and that is a hope of mine, is that you find the ability to cope, and you find those things that get you through the hard times, and that you seek whenever the hard times hit, because they will come. But I will tell you, there's hope in that.
My hope for you in your future, and my hope for you as you finish out your school years. What I'm hoping for is that you guys out there learn how to respect people. Respect's a big thing to me. It's what I've been instilled when I was growing up with my parents. And I know things are a lot different now than when I was a kid. And I know there's going to be some things out there get arguing about with your parents, arguing about with the adult. But there's a thing about it that I want to tell you about when it comes to respect, as far as learning how to respect yourself and knowing what you want to do, and learning from adults, whether it be your parents, whether it be your teachers, whether it be anybody. What you need to know is with them is they're here for you. Your parents are here for you. Your teachers are here for you. The administration's here for you. They want to see you succeed. I want to see you succeed. And when you want to do things over the summer, don't be afraid to seek out me. Don't be afraid to seek out Opie. Don't be afraid to seek out Bill. Because we're always going to be there for you, even during the summer when school's out. And that's a promise. Because this is why I do this job. This is why I'm here. Is because I care about kids. I care about the safety of them. I care about what they do, and I care about their futures. So don't be afraid to come find us, because we'll always be there for you.
Guys, my hope for you all is that you'll be successful, that you'll find your purpose, that you'll know your why, and that you'll be able to successfully help others through that purpose.
My hope for you is that you find the ability to cope, and that you see yourself through other people's eyes.
My hope
is for everybody around here to learn and to respect themselves, and I guarantee you that'll help you in the future.
Wow.
Hard not to watch the whole thing, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, that's special.
That was a
yeah.
good one. A lot of our other videos are kind of goofy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
that-
more serious.
That's
That
special,
was a-
man.
That was a good video. I really enjoyed doing that one. So there was
Wow.
another one. I don't know how much time we got. We've been just kind of chatting it up, but there was a 30-second short clip on there, Sean, of Bill and I doing the. I'll show you how funny we are. There you go. Check that out. SES did a gobble off, and Bill and I got involved.
SRO gobble off.
The hen does this.
That's it.
Oh,
The
man.
hen does this.
That's it.
Pretty good.
Yeah, he's a good turkey.
I'd
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
Well, you have to check out some more of those videos.
I'm paying them to do that.
Oh, that's funny.
Man, that's great. That's
Good
great.
stuff.
Oh my goodness. Well, guys, it's really awesome to have you all on, and you're running for sheriff again this year, right?
Yes, I'm up for re-election next Tuesday, Cinco de Mayo, May 5th is election day. Hope to stay sheriff for another 4 years. Love my team, love my guys. I tell them all the time, love you guys, because I do. I love my team. They're good men, and my civilians, good young ladies.
Sounds like you're a really good leader too. I mean, communication is key, and man, it's really awesome what you're doing here in our community. And
I
our
love
county.
it. I love it. This is where I grew up, and I love what I do. I love my people. How many times I've hugged Opie and told him I love him, because I do. I love these
Yeah.
guys.
Got me through a lot of stuff
Yeah.
last summer. Yep.
I enjoy working within my community and being able to positively change things to make it a better place. Sometimes I'm not the most flashy guy that comes out and seeks attention from the public. That's not me. I just like to do my job, and I don't care if I get any accolades for it. I just want to do it. I want to do my job. So hopefully another 4 years and in this role, and we'll see what happens after that. I may retire, grow my beard.
There you go. Hey, maybe he might get him a flannel too while he's at it.
That's
you
right.
know?
That's right.
Yep.
Well, guys, I really do respect you guys a lot. I appreciate y'all coming on my podcast.
Thanks
and
for having us.
Thanks for having that.
as you guys know, everybody out there, I back to blue all the way. Don't ever get that confused with anything else. But hey, that is a big Indiana boom, baby.
Got guns and sawdust echoes loud, carving out truth where the strong stand proud. We're done for now, but we'll be back again. Tune in next time where the stories never end.
God, Guns, and Sawdust is a production by TKP Media LLC.